Hey, welcome. Today we are going to tackle a program that's on millions of computers, but honestly, a lot of us are kind of scared of it, Microsoft Excel. If you've ever opened it up, seen that endless sea of boxes, and just noped right out, you are in the right place. We're going to break it all down piece by piece.
So does this screen look a little intimidating? You've got this huge grid, buttons everywhere. It can seriously feel like you're looking at the control panel for a spaceship. But trust me, there is absolutely no need to worry. We're gonna walk through this together, and by the end, this screen's gonna feel a lot less scary.
All right, so here's our game plan for conquering Excel. First, we'll just get a feel for the place with a quick look at the main layout. Then we're going to dive into the ribbon. That's basically your command center. After that, we'll get to know the grid itself, figure out how to move around it, and finally, I'll let you in on some keyboard secrets that'll make you feel like a total pro. Okay, first things first. Let's look all the way up at the very top of the Excel window. This top bar is kind of your first stop, and it's broken down into three really simple areas that are super easy to get the hang of.
So right in the middle, you've got the title bar. It just tells you the name of your file. When you start a brand new sheet, it's just called Book 1. Then way over on the right, you've got the window controls. You know these guys: minimize, maximize, and close. And on the left, you have something incredibly handy, the quick access toolbar.
Now, that quick access toolbar holds your two new best friends in Excel, undo and redo. I'm serious. If you accidentally delete something important, undo is like a magic time travel button to bring it right back. And if you change your mind again, redo brings it back the other way. It's basically your personal oops button. Okay, so let's move our eyes down from that top bar. We're now looking at probably the single most important part of the entire Excel screen, the ribbon. You can think of this as your command center. Pretty much any tool or feature you could ever want, it lives right here. So what exactly is the ribbon? Well, it's basically a giant visual menu. In older programs, you used to have to click through all these drop-down lists to find anything. The ribbon changed all that by putting the most common tools right out in the open, all sorted into different tabs to help you find things fast. And, the way the ribbon is organized is actually really simple. It's a three-level system. First, you have the main tabs up top, like Home or Insert. When you click a tab, it shows you different groups of related tools. And inside each of those groups, you'll find the individual commands, like the bold button or the center align button. So it's just Tab, Group, Command. That's it. All right, it's time for the main event, the grid. This giant wall of boxes is the absolute heart of Excel. It's the canvas where you're going to put all your numbers, all your text, all your data. This is where the magic really happens. The entire grid is made up of just two things, rows and columns. And telling them apart is super, super easy. Rows run sideways, horizontally, and they're labeled with numbers. Columns run up and down, vertically, and they're labeled with letters. Now, this next part is maybe the most important idea in all of Excel. Every single box in that grid is called a cell. And just like a house has a street address, every cell has a unique address too. You just take the column letter and the row number. So the very top left cell is A1. The one next to it is B1. And if you're ever lost, just look at the name box right above the grid. It'll always tell you which cell you've selected. Just to give you a sense of how powerful Excel is, any idea what this number is? That is the number of rows you get in a single Excel sheet. Over 1 million. It is a massive, massive digital canvas. You're probably never going to run out of room. Okay, so if you have over 1 million rows, how on earth are you supposed to move around? You definitely don't want to be scrolling all day. So let's talk about the easy ways to navigate your sheet. Getting around is pretty much what you'd expect. You can, of course, just click any cell with your mouse. You can also use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move one cell at a time. The other two big ones to know are the Enter key, which moves you down one cell, and the Tab key, which moves you one cell to the right. Pretty simple, right? But here's a real pro tip. Holding down the Control key while you press an arrow key is like a superpower. Instead of just moving one cell, you jump all the way to the very end of your data in that direction. So if you have 1,000 names in a column, you just hold Control, hit the down arrow, and bam, you are instantly at the bottom. It's a game changer for big spreadsheets. All right, for our final section, I'm going to let you in on a little secret that lets you control almost everything in Excel without ever even touching your mouse. Once you get this down, you'll feel like a true Excel wizard. And the secret is one single key on your keyboard, the Alt key. Check this out. When you press the Alt key just once and let go, your entire ribbon lights up with these little letters and numbers. This is literally Excel handing you a secret map of keyboard shortcuts for every single button. And using this map is just a simple 3-step dance. First, you press Alt to see all the shortcuts. Second, you press the letter for the tab you want to go to, like H for the Home tab. And third, you just press the letter or letters for the exact command you want to use. It's a completely mouse-free way to work, and it is so fast once you get used to it.
And there we have it. We've gone from the very top bar all the way down to the bottom, we've explored the ribbon, we've understood the grid, and we've even unlocked some keyboard secrets. That screen that might have looked so scary before, well now, it's your workspace. The power is right there at your fingertips. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?